Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. Hey, if you're somebody who's new to this channel and you're a pro wrestling fan, this is the place for you, my friend. We're getting bigger and bigger every single week. We're posting videos every single week. And the people who are on this channel, we're only getting more and more and more. I mean, it might be a slow, steady climb, but hey, we're not stopping for nobody. And I'm telling you this right now, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I'm telling you, one day this channel is going to blow up and you're going to regret not being a part of it. So come join us. Send in those comments, send in those emails, like the videos. By the way, everybody who sees this video right away, you should just hit like. It helps the video. It helps push it out to people who don't even know this channel. And that would do me a huge favor. So if before we go any further, just hit like real quick on this video. Let's get into the SummerSlam predictions. I've heard some of yours. I'm kind of on the fence here on some of these picks. I don't know. The more I thought about it, I don't know. I still am. But I got to make a definitive answer before this video is up. So let's get into the picks. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. I guess I'm going to throw out, let's do Bayley versus Nia Jax. I just don't know what match to start with. I actually think maybe the night starts with Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn. But I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how the order will go here at SummerSlam. But let's go with Nia versus Bayley for the Women's Championship. I think a lot of people are picking Nia to win, and I don't know. I feel like she deserves it. I feel like it is like her time to finally like win that title. But I don't know. Something within me is saying no. Something within me is saying Bayley, because if Bayley doesn't win this match, then what does Bayley do? And honestly, if we're being completely honest, I feel like Bayley hasn't had that great of a women's championship reign. So I feel like there's more for her to do as champion than it is for her to do as not a champion. So I'm going to say Bayley wins, only because I think until they really figure out what they should do with Bayley, maybe they can at least get her into some like women's championship feuds, and that could kind of be what gets her going, through the next few months or whatever. Because if she loses it, does she just chase Nia? Because I mean, I guess you could do that too. But if she doesn't chase Nia, then you got to think of a separate side story for Bayley for people to actually care about. And I don't know what it would be, to be honest. I really don't. So I'm going to say Bayley, and I could be wrong, and I got a feeling I might be wrong on some of my picks, but I'm going to go out there on a limb. I'm not going to just go ahead and pick what everybody else is picking. To me, in my mind, I just think maybe Bayley wins and Nia wins it eventually, or maybe like when Tiffany Stratton cashes in, that's when Nia gets her championship match or something, and then it causes the intensity between Tiffany, who's now a champ, and her friend Nia Jax chasing her. So I don't know. We'll go with Bayley on this, but I feel like I might be wrong on it. I mentioned Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. Let's just get into that one. This has got to be Braun Breaker. It has to be. It has to be. I will not accept any other outcome. And it sounds crazy because I do love Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has been always one of my favorites for years and years. Ever since he's shown up in NXT all those years back, I've always loved Sami. He's doing the best work he's ever done ever since the Bloodline angle and then past that. And I love Sami. I like him as Intercontinental Champion. But if you're somebody who's new to this channel, everybody else here could tell you, one of the most important things about Wicked Bitter channel, we glaze Braun Breaker here. That's a given. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. We just abide by them over here. Braun Breaker is the future of this company. And the fact that this guy already at his age, and I don't even know the age exactly, but I think he's under 30. I think he's like 26 or something. I don't even know what his age is. But for him to be as big as what he is already, I mean, just getting called up from NXT. You know how hard it is sometimes for people to get over on the main roster coming from NXT? I mean, just look at Lyra Valkyria. She's just hanging out with Chance and Carter, not doing anything. Ilya Dragunov has done okay, but he's still not at the point that Braun Breaker is. I mean, Carmelo Hayes is doing his thing on SmackDown, but he's still not at the point that Braun Breaker is right now. You could put Braun Breaker right now in the main event picture, and everybody would believe it. Like, I mean, he is that good right now. And eventually he's going to be top champ, world champ, WWE champ, whatever you want to call it. But I think tonight or at SummerSlam, Saturday night, this man has to win this championship, because if he loses again to Sammy, people are going to start questioning the backing of Braun Breaker, the rise of Braun Breaker. We gotta put our chips in. We gotta go for it. Give Braun Breaker the title. See what he can do with it. I think it's gonna be magic. One of the more interesting matches of the night: Liv versus Rhea Ripley. Man, I don't know where to go with this one. In my mind, I feel like I have it figured out. Right? In my mind, I think I'm going with Liv Morgan on this. And if you guys remember prior videos, I was saying, like, yeah, Liv is going to hold the title just until Rhea gets back. But I didn't realize Rhea could be back in 3 months. I mean, I remember hearing that she might be gone for 9 months, for 10 months, maybe a year. She's back in 3 months. And honestly, within that 3-month span, even though Liv Morgan really hasn't had a good title feud with anybody, I know she defended it against Zelina Vega one time, but other than that, they have done very well with this Liv character. I mean, even as champion, she has been super interesting, and the whole Judgment Day and Liv thing has been, I mean, top tier pretty much. So it's been the biggest story other than Punk and Drew in WWE since past WrestleMania. I mean, since after WrestleMania. So Liv has done great. I don't think we're done with it. I don't think it's as simple as Rhea just comes back and beats her. I think something fishy happens here. I actually think that maybe even Dominic helps Liv win. And I don't think it happens right away, but I think Liv eventually just drops Dominic. And then Dom will try to go back to Rhea Ripley, but she will, of course, reject it. And then Dom will kind of just be on his own kind of thing. Or maybe he'll just join someone else, Tiffany Stratton or something. I don't know. I haven't thought about it that far down the road yet. But I don't think it's as cut and dry as Rhea comes back and wins the title. I think something happens here. The whole Judgment Day is like minutes away from imploding. Something is going to happen. There's going to be a major change. And if you've noticed recently, especially on this past Raw, a lot of the backstage segments, if you noticed on your screen while you're watching it, it's usually Rhea Ripley standing next to Damian Priest on one side of your screen, and on the other side, it's all the rest of Judgment Day. So it's sort of like WWE has been kind of telling us and showing us, like, hey, these two are going to be the good guys, and everybody else are the bad guys. And I think they've been doing that on purpose. I think Rhea Ripley gets screwed over here by Dom. And if not Dom, somebody in the Judgment Day. Finn Balor maybe is a good one. There's a weird thing going on where everybody's faces were scratched off and X'd out in that poster of the Judgment Day on Raw, except for Finn Balor was like untouched. Something's going on with Balor and Liv, and we could find out what it is at SummerSlam. It could be that Balor helps Liv win, or Dom helps Liv win. Either way, something's going to happen in that match. I don't think it's going to be just a straight up Liv beats Rhea or Rhea beats Liv. Something's going down in that match. But I'm picking Liv. We got to go Logan Paul versus LA Knight. And again, this is a similar situation for me, just like the Braun Breaker thing. LA Knight has to win this match. And I think LA Knight's chances kind of got a little higher to win since I guess Logan Paul has kind of gotten himself in a little bit of a messy situation when it comes to what's going on in the Olympics. I think he mentioned something about somebody or misgendering somebody or just assuming something or accusing somebody of something. I don't know the details exactly, but it's landed him in some kind of hot water right now. So I think LA Knight, I would like to think LA Knight was already going to beat Logan Paul, but I think this might help the case even more. I think LA Knight beats Logan Paul at SummerSlam, and I think Paul goes away for a little bit, maybe a couple of months or a month or something, just to kind of let things cool off a little bit, and he'll be back afterwards. I don't think it's going to be a long absence at all, but I definitely think LA Knight's going to win, and if he doesn't win, WWE will be hurting LA Knight more than anything. He needs to win this match. And I'm picking LA Knight. Kind of crazy, by the way. This card at SummerSlam has like no tag team matches. Like no triple threats. Every match is a singles match, except even the Punk and Drew one, even though we got a stipulation in there with Seth being a referee. But isn't that crazy for a SummerSlam? Usually you get a big variety. It's almost like another WrestleMania kind of thing. There's only 7 matches on the card, I'm pretty sure. And it's all great. They're all going to get enough time to do their thing, but kind of crazy to think about. You don't see any crazy matches or, how at WrestleMania they try to shove everybody on that show. It's like, no, we just got 7 matches. They're all singles matches. It's pretty crazy. I just thought that was kind of weird. Let's get into Priest and Gunther. I think I think Punk and Drew McIntyre should main event the show. First of all, I've said that in the past videos, but if they're not going to main event, I think they're going to come right before the main event. I think we get Gunther and Priest like the third to last match, maybe. And this is another one. This is another one where I was dead set on Gunther for quite a bit, for a few weeks, a month, whatever it would be. Right when he won King of the Ring, and he was guaranteed a shot at SummerSlam. In my mind, I kept saying, and even in videos, I was like, "No, Gunther's going to beat Priest, and he's going to go to Berlin, and he's going to be champion there." But now I'm starting to change a little bit. I think Priest wins this match at SummerSlam. Priest needs another good, definite win. You know what I mean? He got one over Seth. And now I think he needs a win, another win. If you want to build Priest up, right? Because if Priest loses this championship and if WWE wants to continue to keep him in this main event scene, you got to make him credible. You got to make him believable to be a top champion. So I think Priest finds a way to win. Again, I don't know how. Because if there's going to be a lot of crazy, weird stuff going on in Rhea's match, I don't think there's going to be the same exact kind of thing happening in Priest's match. I think WWE is going to do one or the other. I don't think there's going to be fishy things going on in both matches here. Maybe Dom, costs Rhea the match, and then here at Priest's match, it's Balor that costs him the match. I don't know. I don't see them doing 2 Judgment Day matches where funny things happen, but I could be wrong. Maybe they do. I don't know how they'll do it. But I don't think it's going to be the same person causing the issue both sides. Like, I don't think Balor is going to be the reason why Rhea loses, and then also the reason why Priest loses. I mean, he could be. Maybe they do that way, but I don't see that happening. Either way, I'm picking Priest on this one, and then I'm going to pick Gunther to win at Berlin. That's just what my mind is going at right now. Punk vs. Drew. This is easily, hands down, the match I'm most excited for, as I think a lot of you might be as well. I still think this match would have been amazing without Seth Rollins in it, but it's okay. Rollins is in there. He's the ref. I remember on Raw, Rollins said that it's referee's discretion. So this is not a no DQ match, but Seth kind of hinted at the fact that he might be maybe turning a blind eye here and there. It's kind of hard to gauge. I think at some point during this match, I think Punk will have a kendo stick, and he wants to go hit Drew McIntyre with it. And, maybe Punk has the stick, and he looks at Seth, and Seth kind of just turns around, but he knows Punk's going to hit him with it. And I don't think he calls the DQ. I think Seth is going to let a lot of things fly in this match. And they tease so heavily that Punk hates CM Punk, and, or Seth hates CM Punk, and, Drew is like, hey, I'm somebody who also hates CM Punk. So I think they're trying to make it seem like Seth is going to screw Punk out of this match, but I don't know. I think Punk wins. This is Punk's first singles match back since coming back to WWE. He was in the Royal Rumble, or I should say the televised match back, because I know in dark matches he faced like Dominic Mysterio, and then he was in the Royal Rumble, and then he hasn't had like a televised Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, PLE match, singles match, and this is it. So I think Punk wins this one. Plus, with Punk winning, then you can continue this feud. You can stretch it out. Drew can still be on the chase. Drew could blame Seth for the reason why he lost against Punk. So I think it fits better that way than if Punk lost to Drew, because then it's like the babyface is going after the heel, and that's typical like heel behavior kind of thing. So I don't think Seth is going to favor Punk per se. Like, I don't think he's going to be friendly with him and let a lot of things slide just for only Punk. I just think at some point during this match, Drew might get like aggravated that he's not getting a win, and he might put his hands on Seth, like shove him or something or whatever, and then Seth will retaliate and either curb stomp him, or he'll just kind of lean towards maybe helping Punk win, not because he likes him, but because Drew put his hands on him or something. Something like that's going to happen in this match, I feel like. But I'm going to CM Punk on this one, and then I think this feud carries on. Now let's get to the main event. Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes. I'm assuming this is the main event. Something's got to happen, right? Like, something has to happen. If SummerSlam goes off the air with just Cody beating Solo like by him cleanly, nothing happens, and then at the end of the night he's just raising his title in the air on the turnbuckle or something, people are going to be like, that's it? That's all we came here for? That's it? Nothing? I am going to reserve myself here. I'm not convinced that Roman Reigns is coming back at SummerSlam. Now, if he does, I'm going to love it, and that pop is going to be enormous. And if you were going to do this, if you were going to have Reigns come back, it would be in something like this where it's a bigger crowd than normal just so you can maximize the pop and the impact and the place going crazy, and it's a special event. And plus, SummerSlam is like, Reigns is like backyard. Like, this dude has a lot of big moments at SummerSlam. He's almost synonymous with it at this point. So it would be fitting for Reigns to come back. And if he does, I'll gladly be wrong about it, I just think there's going to be a couple of pieces that happen first before Reigns comes back. Like, I think Jimmy comes back first. I think maybe Solo is about to Samoan spike Cody. Solo's kind of near the turnbuckle in the corner, just like Reigns used to do when he was getting ready for the spear, or if somebody was going to attack Reigns, and something happens where he wants to go spike him. Somebody in a hood holds Solo's hand back, and then he takes the hood off, and it's Jimmy Uso, and then that's the reason how Jimmy costs Solo the match or something. I see that happening. Or Reigns comes back. But if Reigns comes back, it's going to be after the match is over. I don't think Reigns comes back in the middle of the match to spear him. No. They could do a thing where both guys come back, maybe Jimmy first, and then Reigns all on the same night. Maybe Jimmy comes during the match to cause, the referee gets knocked down, and in comes Jimmy to help. Referee's getting knocked down, by the way. Like, I would put a bet on it. I would put a bet that the referee gets knocked down in Cody versus Solo's match, and then the Bloodline trying to get in there and attack Cody, and then maybe this is where you get Jimmy, right? Jimmy comes and helps, and then somehow Cody still gets the win, and then maybe Reigns, or maybe as the ref's down, you get Jimmy out first, and then Reigns comes out while the ref's still down. The place is going to go nuts. Either way, something's got to happen in this main event, either during it or right after it. And if SummerSlam goes off the air with Roman Reigns, as the last image, that's going to be sweet. And I'm not saying Reigns is doing this because he wants to help Cody. It's more so he's getting his revenge on Solo. So I don't want to confuse that. I don't think he's trying to help Cody. I think he just wants to get his revenge on Solo. It's going to be interesting. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think Roman's coming back or not. I know a lot of people think it is, but I want to kind of go against the grain a little bit and say he's not. If he does, though, that's the way I would do it. I would have him come out as the referee's knocked down. I would have Jimmy come out first, though, and then Reigns. Or after the night's over, Cody leaves, and then Solo's just left in the ring. He's mad, about to go off the air. And then that's when Reigns' song hits and he comes down to the ring. Or he just stands on the stage and stares at him like something's going to happen and I can't wait for it. Hey, guys, I appreciate all of the support. I really do. I have something cool coming up in a couple of weeks. I don't want to really say it yet because, as of right now, I don't want to give it away, but I'm supposed to be a guest on something. And, it's not like this big time, show, whatever. But I don't want to get ahead of myself and then not be able to do it and then, whatever. So I am just going to say that for now, but it's going to be cool. And as it gets closer and it's officially definitely going to happen, I will let you all know. But it's pretty cool because this channel started from nothing and we are where we are right now, and that's because of everybody's support. And I'm also now starting to get messages from other people to, if I want to guest appear on their things or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I'm really happy about that, and it's all because of you, and I really can't thank you enough, honestly, because as this channel grows, we all grow. And this is our doing. This is because of us, because of you, because of our partnership here. This channel would be boring if I had no one to talk to. So I'm glad you're here. I love the comments. I love the emails. Keep it coming in. Can't wait for SummerSlam, man. Let me know your thoughts. What you think is going to happen. Is Roman coming back? Let me know who you think is going to win each match. Breaker definitely got to win, right? Yeah. But enjoy the show. We will be back with more videos here. I normally don't really make a video after SmackDown before a PLE. Unless something big happens, I might just not do a review on SmackDown, but we'll see. Maybe. If it's a good SmackDown, I might do it. If it's just going to be kind of just like a regular whatever go-home show, nothing crazy happens, then maybe not. But I definitely will be reviewing SummerSlam when it's over. So, yes, until then, my friends, stay bitter. Oh, I forgot to say it. Until we yeet again, my friends. Now we can stay bitter. I'll see you guys next video. Stay bitter. Bye.